Let's go to Doris Burke. She's got another update on Alfred Aboya.
Yes, that's a senior forward from UCLA who was injured in our first game. The second x-ray that was done at the New York Hospital for Joint Diseases was x-ray, as was the CAT scan negative. So they will conduct a precautionary MRI, Dan, upon return to Los Angeles. Ben Howland is going to make sure that his senior forward is okay, Dan.
Well, sounds cautiously optimistic for the health of Alfred Aboya. I mean, he's a senior. He thought about turning pro and playing overseas last year, came back to try to win a championship, and you'd hate to see a quality young man like that not have a chance to maybe compete for a national championship.
Well, you had the bad news down there with Tyler Zeller.
Yeah.
His wrist, unfortunately, had surgery and will be out for the entire year. He'll probably, they'll probably get a red shirt year, so he'll have another year next year.
Sims defended by Singler right out in front of us near midcourt. 15-point lead for Duke.
I tell you, taking total command, I'm not shocked at all. I think Duke was prepared tonight for that 1-3-1. Psychologically, we're ready to hear all about what happened against UCLA. And they've just been very methodical in terms of really taking command to be up 15.
Javon Shepard is fouled and will go to the line. Monday night, ESPN2 has two college basketball games from the CBE Classic semifinals in Kansas City. It's Syracuse and Florida in Game 1. Kansas and Washington in Game 2. A part of Feast Week presented by Lowe's on ESPN2 Monday night. I asked you about Syracuse in the first half. What's your angle on the Gators?
Well, you look at the Gators right now. Kalidas, they got to go as Kalidas goes. Shot poorly yesterday shooting threes. Billy Donovan's club's got to make that three. They lost Jay Lucas, who transferred. They got a good kid named Walker from out of New York City. Comes off the bench for them. Warner certainly can shoot the ball as a big player. They missed Spates, who would have given them such an advantage down in the post. Yeah. Hey, watch Washington. A big treat out there for the people. One of the most underrated players nationally, John Brockman. This 6'9" guy, I mean, rebounds, score. He averaged 17 a game last year, 11 rebounds a game. Lorenzo Romar, he really has a great player in Brockman that a lot of people don't know about.
Paulus on the penetration. Nice pass to McClure.
There's the diagonal pass. McClure, one of those real tough guys that you need on the team. A guy that's what we call a blender, a role player. Great diagonal pass. Found the open guy. Got the layup.
And McClure, another guy, Dick, who's dealt with injuries, it seems, almost his entire career, but seems healthier right now than he's been in a couple of years.
It's amazing the pounding these kids take. Up and down every day, practice.
A lot of knee problems for McClure.
Wear and tear. A lot of foot problems out there as well.
Harris is fouled.
Now watch them attack this 1-3-1 with the diagonal. They're going to really get right in the gap of the seam. See, there's the gap, the seam, the great look. I mean, what a gap they had. They found the seam of it. They passed the ball so well. Paulus, I don't care what people say. This kid is a winner. He's all about the team. He's taken a lot of hits in his 4 years. People not satisfied with this, not satisfied with that. All he does is come to play and give a supreme effort every time he's on the floor.
Yeah, came in with huge hype, obviously, as both a basketball player and a football player. Chose Duke point guard over Notre Dame quarterback. And now as a senior, after starting basically for 3 years, he's coming off the bench, but still a co-captain and still getting his minutes.
I'll tell you one thing down at Duke. They got a heck of a football coach in David Cutcliffe. I thought he got a raw deal when he was at Miami.
Paulus.
Mississippi.
Ooh. And it's going to be a block on Manny Harris. Big collision there between Harris and Williams.
Another good news for Duke is the arrival of Kevin White as athletic director. Came over from Notre Dame, and he's going to do a phenomenal job. Oh, look at that contact. He can't believe it.
And for Michigan, that's the 15th foul already, less than 8 minutes into the second half. Duke with a fresh 35. Williams. Singler runs down the rebound. You talked about a guy going out of his area for a rebound, but then he gets called for a travel.
Hey, you talk about big guys. You mentioned Singler. Next year they have Mason Plumlee coming in. We talked about him. His brother's on the team. 6'10". They have Ryan Kelly, a 6'9" guy from out of North Carolina, who I happened to watch play one day down at Notre Dame. I'm telling you, he's going to be special. Both are rated in the top 15 by Bob Gibbons, who does a great job in rating the players on ESPN.com.
Well, how about this, Dick? Miles Plumlee here, Mason Plumlee coming next year. There's another one, Marshall Plumlee, who's a sophomore in high school right now. Is not committed anywhere,
Some
obviously.
say he might be better than all of them.
They say he might be the best of the three. Theoretically, you could have 3 Plumlees playing for Duke at the same time.
Wow, 3 Plumlees will bring a lot of peachy times.
That's very nice. That's a play-by-play man's nightmare.
Plumlee to Plumlee to Plumlee.
Elliott Williams, the offensive foul to take us to a timeout. Miles may be the first of many Plumleys to be playing down.